rocking to it, yo. I actually been wanting to have this conversation for a few weeks, you know what I mean? Glad to sit down, let's have it, alright?
Mm-hmm.
My brother.
Yes, sir.
My brother.
Yes, sir, peace.
Alright. Ugly niggas unite.
Ugly niggas unite. We out here.
We out here. Yo, we've been want to have this talk for a while. We sit down and have our little internal talks, and we figure we would just bring it to the internet on a bigger platform. I mean, just regular conversations that happen between us. I mean, we figure we could share with the world. That's the first one. Let's get it off. Yo, cuffing season, often thought as child's play or manipulative child's game between the sexes. I found it can have many real life correlations. The boot up symptoms of colder months, the pressures of being single during the holidays, the expectations of a New Year's Eve kiss, the romantic culmination of Valentine's Day, all this to become single again in March. Is it real or is it just mere coincidence? We could blame it on the weather, the days shortening during winter, or the vibrant energy of summer, but there is seemingly a cycle that does exist. Predetermined or not, let's discuss it. I want you to give me the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth. Let's talk about it. Give me the beautiful ugly.
Woo-hoo.
All right?
Let's get it.
Let's take it off from the top real quick. So basically, this is just something where we got to cover from all sides, and I mean, from the good, the bad, the in between, and just kind of give it to them. So real quick, just cuffing season in general. We're gonna shoot it to you first, Seven the God. Yo, just overall, how real is it for you? Like, I mean, was this something that you even considered, or just overall?
I think it's something built in our genealogy, like for real, like with the seasons in general. By nature, in the colder months, you want to be huddled up, you want to be warm, you want to be with people and a personal someone during those colder months. So when the warmer months start to come after the cuffing has been initiated, the warmer months start to come, you want to start shedding first. So you start shedding your girl. You shed your lady and you look for a new mate. That's not even new mates in general. You're looking for a new prospect, because if she doesn't keep your attention, if she's not around long enough, I don't know what it might be, but it has to have something to do with making memories. So if you don't go through some hardship during those colder months, not even hardship, but make your statement, your spot permanent, you going by springtime. Definitely, you going by springtime. And if you're not going by springtime, definitely by the summer months, you're done. Because once, you know what I'm saying? Once Independence Day comes, everybody's claiming their independence. I'm done. I'm out. I'm here now. Come get me. I'm independent. I'm by myself. You know what I'm saying? Laying their flag down.
Disclaimer at the bottom.
So you got to make it through the cold months to kind of get to the spring. The championship game is playing in the fucking spring of March.
Exactly.
Devon, before our conversation, prior to our conversation, how real was it for you? Is it something that you even really considered, like the patterns of how the seasons correlate to dating and things like that?
How can I break this down? Because I've been in serious relationships, and
you gotta put that all.
So I let him know, because I'm not in serious relationship. That's what he's saying.
That's just a disclaimer, because a lot of this is geared towards short-term relationships, or people who are single who go back and forth. Sometimes they may have a different correlation to people who are married in long-term relationships. So let's put that out there first. But go ahead, tell me but just in general, is it something that's real for you, or something that exists?
The ideal is to always find what you love about the individual that makes you stay with the individual, because sometimes individuals, they lose interest, and there's always that one thing that both parties come together and say, yo, let's go out. This is like the little things. So minute things are always ways to form the fusion. But it'd be like, damn, let me see. It was 50 degrees one day. At 55 degrees, you know what? I'm looking for a new nigga. Like, there's these small little changes in the weather, and then not even changes in the weather, just changes in your mate. Maybe he might not wash dishes. Like, there's something that somebody else might pick at that might throw him off, and now all of a sudden she looking for boo. Because he didn't wash dishes, now all of a sudden you looking for a new nigga. Or because he forgot to buy you.
I don't know what this nigga's saying. I'm sorry.
Nah, he trying to give the keys to longevity. He trying to say.
Okay, copy.
See, that's why
he's trying to say it's more than just a season.
Because I'm not
It's
longevity, I guess. I don't know.
Yo, he's just putting out there the beautiful, ugly. Now, I mean,
Copy. I'll get you, bro. Okay, go ahead.
He's giving the other side, but
because
not to cut your wisdom,
it's sobered me up a little bit. So
I am smacked, by the way. Disclaimer.
Nah, not to cut your wisdom, but yeah, it's actually both sides to it. It's actually the people who can go for the 6-7 month run from let's say what is it, September to March, versus the people who are looking for something that's all year round, and that is real. But we got to like talk about it from both sides. So I appreciate you sharing that too. You know what I mean?
What I got from you is about like keeping your mate on their toes, like knowing what they want, knowing what they like, but at the same time keeping notice. Like if I know all your wants and all your needs and all everything you like, and I purposely do something you don't like and you don't notice it, you've gotten too comfortable. You already know I'm gonna take care of business or whatever the case may be, and you expect that from me. But if you don't, if I fuck up purposely or just do some random fucked up shit that I know you don't like, and you don't catch on, I already know you taking me for granted, and you're like, he's too nice.
Question: do you think people like purposely when he gets around?
Yes, fuck yeah.
I'm gonna dig off for that one.
It's time to get warm outside. People start showing a little more flesh. You think people
purposely throw that curveball? They sabotage their own relationships because
talk about it.
They're scared of the commitment. Because once you reach past a certain threshold, like y'all together. You know what I'm saying? So once it starts to get too real, too serious, you purposely, some people, not, I don't know y'all, but purposely, some people purposely throw curveballs in their own relationship to sabotage it because they know they want to be free. They don't know how to be honest and be like, yo, I didn't want this for the long term. So, I think you cheating on me. But it's usually the motherfucker doing the accusing, you know what I'm saying? So,
yo, one thing I thought that was well, interesting. First, I wanted to check the stats to see.
Yeah, boy. Okay,
you do it.
Yo, bro, you're on a different team. You ever put like the married, long-term people with? I mean, he's trying to put people who self-sabotaging come February because they know March, April they're trying to go into it. But yo, But real talk. One thing I want to see, yo, I do believe if we do take an inventory of when the most breakups happen, I do believe it's in that going into summer, whatever. The same way, if we kind of look biologically, I had a quick stat, yo. The CDC, it tracks data nationwide births. They said from July to October are the busiest birth months, with August and September typically having the highest number of births. And the reason why I thought that was real, because it's actually correlating with the change of the month. You figure 9 months away from September is what? It's like December. So that's again now boot up.
Y'all hibernating, so
Christmas,
therefore y'all procreating.
Chestnuts roasting on an open fire.
Boom, you know what I'm saying?
New Year's Eve kind of thing. You know what I mean? So is it like a form of high that kind of just takes place during that time, or
because you're in a good mood, you got your dopamine and your endorphins going off, and you just feeling good, and you just like, she got the mistletoe up under her waist, and you gotta, you know what I mean? You gotta get a taste. You know what I'm saying?
Got it, yes.
And therefore you get lost in the sauce, and the next thing you know, you're like, oh, that's me. Damn, that's crazy.
Yo, one thing also I found while I just doing a little research. Actually, like I said, when down to like evolution and biology and things of that nature. When times of colder months, people go through points of depression, and people go through just a points of like needing someone kind of near, or and vice versa. In the summer, you probably feeling a little more free. How real you think that is, based off of just the colder months needing somebody, or the summer months kind of just pushing somebody away? What do you think about that?
Because everybody, for some strange reason, during the summer months, everybody has the same ideology of I'm looking, you looking, we all looking. And in the winter, it's like you'll be wrapped up in your sheets like, damn, it's cold.
I need that.
I need somebody else to warm me up. These sheets ain't doing it. This Bob furniture mattress ain't doing it.
Fuck that. Hot girl summer explains it all. She want to be free. I'm gonna have a hot girl summer. You know, she about to be slinging that thing for the next June, July, August, and then September she gonna be like, you need a friend. You want Netflix and chill and shit like that. So yeah, it's real. It's real. It's about finding somebody who can survive those summer months. If you can survive those summer months, yo, you real. Man, that goes for men and females. You know what I mean? Because shorties will drop you like a bad habit. If your dick game ain't real, she not coming to see you in the winter. She gonna make every excuse. You know what I'm saying?
Yo, two things I want. Two things I want to talk about. First, have you actually been a culprit of that? Like in terms of like consciously saying, yo, hey, I'm gonna be booed up during this time of season, and then have you, I don't want to say hot boy summer, but you know what I mean.
Well, consciously,
let's talk about it.
All right, my ex in particular, I really wanted to go into it saying, yo, I'm gonna make her last through the summer. I'm gonna make her last through the warmer months. But my lack, it still never happened. I don't know if it was me subconsciously doing it, sabotaging my own shit, but she said I wasn't paying attention enough.
Take it from the top. Did you purposely engage her during the winter months? Did you like bring her closer during that time?
I brought her closer and I tried. I thought
purposely, just because it was cold, or just because you needed to.
Hell yeah! I wanted some cheeks. I wanted some cheeks to keep me warm during them colder months. Exactly. Yup. I'm cooked. You know what I mean?
Summer you could go home, but winter you want to stay the night.
Exactly. Summer you gotta go home because AC ain't that strong for two people. I'm sorry, I don't got such you air, but you gotta take your sweaty ass home.
All right, now, real quick to you real quick. I want to shoot one of you in terms of, I think strategically, if we understand like how this kind of goes from cold months to summer months, I would think that the summer months should be the preparation. That's if you're looking for something real, if you're looking for something long term, I would shoot my shot in like a March or April and try to kind of heat it up and cook it up so by the time Thanksgiving comes around, I don't feel weird when I'm introducing her to the family. What do you think about it?
Here's one other aspect you also forget. It's two individuals come together. Mm-hmm. Once she learns you and you learn her, it's almost like you know how to play the game. And that's what a lot of people, they start to look into getting the notch on the belt instead of, I know what her wants and her needs are, so I know how to cater to what she likes.
Hold on, let me cut you with them. And that's a beautiful point that you're getting at it. You're on the long term. That's once you kind of know her already. But initially, when you kind of get into it, when you're shooting your shot, when you're trying to make the longevity, before you actually get to the point of making the first year cycle.
Or knowing her like that. You understand what I'm saying?
The first year cycle is beautiful. You're talking about reoccurring and keep it going, which is awesome. And I definitely want to get into that. But initially, when you're kind of going into it, like I would think that the summer months or that April, March, April, May, June, July, maybe into August, most people will choose that as the hot girl summer or the time to act out and show more skin. But I think that's the best time to shoot your shot. So by the time you get to Thanksgiving, you're already kind of in it. What do you think about that? Is that like strategic or that's just my point of view?
No, because we as men and women might believe the same thing too, but we have this ideal of it's like a job. You come, sign up, bring your application, and then you go through your probationary period. Are you good enough? Are you like a seasonal worker at Macy's? Or are you good enough to be hired, to be on the staff?
Did she make it to Christmas dinner? Did she make it to Thanksgiving?
But you gotta make sure she just don't see you as a summer fling, my nigga. You know what I'm saying? Because, oh my God, summertime, let's go, turn up. You know what I mean? So, exactly. So if you want to make sure that you're not the summer fling and you taking her serious and you want to let that be known, you know what I'm saying? And you got to put your stamp on it.
Talk about it. She got a different cycle where she'll when it comes time to the Thanksgiving dinner, you're not invited. But you was good for the Julys and the June.
You know what I mean? Take her to Six Flags and buy cotton candy, but you can't be there with the gravy get poured.
All right. So now back to you real quick, because I do want to kind of go into that long term thing. What do you think of some of the tips? Again, you kind of touched on it a little bit, but to kind of keep it long going and to you mentioned like taking the time for the small things. So when you're going into that March and it's getting warmer and you might find your woman want to go out more, what do you think of the small things kind of keeping that cycle to make it for the 12 years?
Well,
12 months, excuse me.
It's 12 years. You're
it's-
talking long to
Hey,
Talking
hey,
slavery
wow.
time. Yes.
Nah, just give me some of the tips from even a marriage
You're
perspective
talking
or a
about-
long-term relationship perspective.
See,
You got to talk about both.
in the aspects of when you learn your mate and you have conversations, you basically want to do what her ex, you want to do the opposite of what her ex did. So if the ex never took her
Talk
out,
about it.
not to say you want to take her out and spend all your money, but you want to look. You basically want to Groupon this relationship.
That sounds some creep shit. To me,
Right,
so.
but you want to do.
Just
Wait, hold on.
elaborate on that real
Right.
Yeah, B, I'm sorry. I had to let it be known. It was sitting on my soul.
Groupon the relationship, but I get what you're saying. But bring
you
down
want to break your pockets, but you want to show her a good time out and let her know I'm not this other guy that you just dealt with. Like this is something new. This
find the little special
enjoy.
things, the little cheap interesting dates, the little discounts and shit like that. Okay, I got you. I'm sorry, it was on my head at first.
Right.
Now check it real quick. Now we got to come from both sides though. But that was dope. That was dope because we got to actually talk about people who are maybe going longer than the actual 12 months. Real quick, you had a concept. I don't know if I'm getting the term correct. Homeless sexuals or
Homosexuals.
Explain
Shout
that
out to
right
my
now.
man Gilly. But basically, it's a dude. We all know these dudes who get with a woman to have a roof over their head. You know what I'm saying? So they move on, they upgrade. You be like, yo, shorty, you got a studio? I fucks with you. I ain't got nowhere to go anyway. Oh, shorty, you got a 1-bedroom. Ma, you good? I'm done with you. You know what I'm saying? Shit, I don't know. I don't feel the same way anymore. But he with the shit with the 1-bedroom. And niggas upgrade and they migrate. These are they're nomads.
They migrate.
They're nomads. They're parasites of the dating world, bro. They never have a nothing in their name, not a phone bill, not a nothing.
Yo, playing devil's advocate, just what? Why aren't they just biologically saying, "Hey, I just"?
It's too many of these niggas. I know. All right, okay.
Are they bums because they're leeching off of her warmth? Because they're going with her blanket. They're trying to get with her for a couple months.
Yeah.
But is it okay for vice versa? Now you're.
That used to be the case back in the day, but now women are taking the forefront of being independent and being, self-sufficient.
What if she invites us over? She's saying, "Come stay with me."
Yeah,
for a few months,
but
then
I
you out
guarantee
tomorrow.
you put in work. Yo, what's good? I'm fixing shit. I'm cooking shit. I'm doing everything to get my place in that. You know what I'm saying? You need a key, boo. You doing everything. You know what I'm saying? So
strategic.
Exactly. You plotted this. You came to my house for the first time. Was like, I could see this being a place for me. You know what I'm saying? You plotting that where you gonna put your Xbox and shit like that. So you doing everything. I'm washing your drawers. I'm eating your ass. I'm doing everything. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
wait.
Talk about it.
Wash the drawers to eat the ass. Notice the format.
No, wash your ass to eat your ass. Okay, but you know what I'm saying, nigga. You think?
Wash your drawers. I don't even know. Yeah, so even in that situation, so now the strategic, hey, September I'm shooting my shot. October, November it's getting cold. How does he make his exit plan in March?
You know what I'm saying? Okay, so look, during those colder months, he's already looking. I'm sorry, he on the Facebooks and he like, yo, he Sweet Jones and the next bitch, hoping she's the upgrade. You know what I mean? He knows he's a predator in this what you call it, social media shit. You know what I'm saying? And there's women who do it too. Don't get it twisted.
That's real. Yes.
I know hundreds of niggas who are homosexuals, and you know what I mean. And like I said, shouts out to Gilly because
Homosexuals.
he put that on the map for me. I was like, yo, I know so many niggas who do that, who migrate from chick to chick to get an upgrade in their social prowess and shit like that. Like.
So real quick, I just want to go into that now, personal stories and personal cycles. I think, well, for me, one thing that kind of even sparked this whole interest in this was me seeing my cycle, like seeing not consciously, but at a certain point of year, things started to become a little more frequent. The message started exchanging a little more, and maybe it was subconsciously me wanting somebody around Thanksgiving, me wanting around somebody Christmas time, or just being cold, and me kind of just needed somebody to be under. But then again, also I look at the messages, and around like March time, around like now, listen, that's when it becomes less frequent. That's when it becomes more different ones. and not just one consistent one, and then kind of going that. So that was me just taking inventory of like my own cycle and saying, all right, cool. Damn, I'm not even doing this purposely, but maybe this is some biological thing. Then when you kind of research the whole cuffing season thing, it's kind of funny how it has real life implications.
Real life.
So for me, I take that in terms of, all right, so now I got to pay attention for me what I'm doing from March to April. Am I consciously or unconsciously switching, or am I letting stuff go, or if I'm like how am I going into that, and I want to kind of move into that 12-month cycle, 12-year cycle, whatever you want to call it. So real quick, just take an inventory of your cycle. Let's just be vulnerable. Let's just be honest. What is your cycle throughout the 12 months from, let's say, March to March?
See, my cycle is very different now that I'm a father. Before I was a father, my shit was exactly from you know what I'm saying, literally you could map my shit out. Like my shit was exactly, from September to like March, I was cuffing, and then you was going. I was
habitually.
Habitually. I knew this for a fact. Even if I did it, I could do it with my eyes closed. I would tell chicks all types of displaying different lies, like I'm going to the army. I can't be with you no more.
Shots.
All types of shit.
That shit is elaborate.
You know what I'm saying? I used to be like, I got basketball practice. All types of
basketball practice.
You know but it was just the fact that I knew I wanted to shed that weight, and I didn't want to be serious, and I didn't know how to tell them. As I became a grown man, I knew I had to be honest. And half of the time, they don't want that shit neither. But you have to make that thing clear. You have to make that message clear from jump. This is not nothing serious. We can see where it goes. Like now, I just go with the flow due to the fact that I do have kids, and I can't cater to a woman nonstop to feed her ego. I can get to know her through text and talking, but that's probably the best thing I can do because I have kids and I have obligations other than myself. So
basically, not being conscious, not being strategic, but let it be a natural vibe, and not letting it be dictated by the coldness of the winter or the summer, just whatever you're vibing at the time.
Exactly, because I'm just happy to have that connection, because I don't have that freedom of having that whole seasonal switch off or whatever the case may be.
Got you. Come on. So now you are just being vulnerable, being honest. What is your cycle from March to March, and what is your strategic plan? Or is there something that's conscious or unconscious that's happening?
So here's how my cycle used to be. Within the first week, you were good.
What month are we in now?
Nigga said the week.
What month are we in? Go ahead.
We're talking about February.
So we're going February to February.
February.
Go. How's it go?
I say by March, I had a summer. Like my cycle. Now here's what happens. The cycle changes.
Disclaimer: This is pre.
This is old James.
This is old James.
Old James was.
Just put it out there. Go
By
ahead.
March, you had competition. Was fucked up.
This nigga super light skin. This nigga said from February by March you had competition.
Yo, he's already. But that's how it really goes. But keep going, my brother.
What's bad is you had competition. You didn't even know you had competition. So then when phone calls weren't being picked up, we're not going out as much. And you're wondering. Now it's like, I made you work hard without even knowing that you need to work hard. So by July, now you know, there's probably somebody else in the picture. But I should have told you in March, I fucked up. But what is your next game? Because even if...
So you released her.
Right. Even if I released her and the life preserver wasn't there, I still had somebody else to pick me up out the water.
So now we're in July. Where we go from July now?
July was back in the water looking for some new fish.
Okay, so now you're throwing the rod out there again. Now you're getting ready. Now you're gearing up for the colder months. Go ahead, keep going.
Now as time went by, I started realizing you don't just pick up not everybody's a salmon. They got chicks out there who are like tilapia.
You start to be selective. You start seeing who's getting invited to Thanksgiving dinner or not, right? Okay.
This don't taste like fish. So then you start realizing long term, like what is it about from the day one? Like I said, it's like a job. What's on your resume? What is it that you can bring to the table? We all, just give you a breakdown, ladies and gentlemen. We all are entrepreneurs. So I speak in the environment of individuals who are just like me. So if I, as an individual who's an entrepreneur, I bring a lot to the table. If you're not bringing nothing to the table, it's almost like from that day one, I already know who's going to get dropped off. Now, if you get selected, then we start talking about.
Real quick.
I'm not dropping you off.
So you just
Not
say
to cut your wisdom. Hold on. Not to cut your wisdom. It's now. It's December. She made it to Thanksgiving dinner. She made it to Christmas thing. You're feeling all good. You're saying maybe this is a potential. Maybe this is just some winter shit, or is it real? Where do you go from there? All right. So now we're in December.
Now
you continue in January.
Yeah. To go back to the old joke, we start group on it. Like, let's go out. All right. You want a massage, baby? All right. Let's go ahead and play archery. Let's throw axes or something. Like, I'm looking for an opportunity for us to not get bored with each other.
So that's when you're trying to. Wait, hold on. I'm following him. That's when he's trying to keep the juice. That's Valentine's Day now, which brings us to February. He's trying to keep it. Now the old James, March, it would probably repeat the same cycle again.
What's funny is after Valentine's Day, then comes March. By March, it's like,
back to the.
So he did all that to beat the monotony and form some kind of, new.
The old James sounds like he's then it's back to that same cycle of now. Do I really want you around? Right. Now, new James, real quick, because I think that's most important. Now,
new James is like,
talk about it, because we got to put that out there.
You're never gonna get bored. So catch up to speed.
How's that possible? So break that down.
Every other day, we got something organized and planned.
Okay.
Every other weekend, we're looking at the calendar like, we going X, Y, and Z. Clear your schedule. Take another day off. Matter of fact, we're going out of town.
You're playing devil's advocate. Hey, listen, your wife, your woman says, hey, it's just getting warm outside. I want to go out there with the girls. I want to have fun. It's cool to be up under you, but right now, I don't want to do that right now. How do you keep that going?
Let it go. I'm sorry, that's me.
Matter of fact,
because this may be something real. She want to live her best life during that. She said yes, we're still together, but I still want to.
You want to go out on the 19th to 20th? We got a trip planned, so make sure you.
Nah, fuck that. Go with your friends. Go with your friends. Do some silly shit and miss me and be like, babe, I hate these bitches.
Yo, what was cool? I saw it was a cuffing season schedule, and I think this is pretty accurate. Like, let's say, have it scouting. They said scouting. That's when you kind of, as he says, you're throwing out your rod. You're kind of seeing what's up. You're seeing who bites. They say that's what scouting from August 1st to the 31st, right? All right, then we go into drafting period. Now we're seeing who are the possibles, who are the ones who's kind of making the cut. September 1st to the 30th, right? That sounds about right? Then tryouts, right? October 1st to October 31st. That's kind of seeing who's actually eligible, even for the Thanksgiving thing before we actually get there. That's the tryouts. Preseason, now we're in Thanksgiving mode, and that's when the ones who possibly gets introduced to the family, or even just kind of gets introduced to your inner circle. Not saying that's there to stay for the whole year, but hey, you made it to preseason, right?
You know my friends is, yeah.
Right, then we actually make it to what they call cuffing season, December 1st to January 15th. That's now. You want to sprinkle some sauce in it real quick? Sprinkle. Hurry up.
Here's what happens: is old James by cuffing season. It's back to scouting and drafting.
Hold on.
So I'm not even giving you the opportunity to even get to the championship game or the playoffs. Like,
that's cold-blooded. Hold on for 1 second.
This nigga's cold. But I held my mouth. I held it shut. This nigga's cold. If y'all look at my face through this whole
practice,
rewind this shit, and y'all gonna be like, yo, he was looking at this nigga like he cold.
It's like official cuffing season, December.
I'm light skinned, but he light skinned. But go ahead. I'm sorry.
Sure. Yeah. December 1st to the 15th. I think that's when it gets a little serious. That's the Christmas. That's the New Year's kids. That's like, ooh, let's go. Okay, now we made it to the playoffs. That's January 16th to the 13th of February. So that's now going into, hey, we're off the New Year's. I'm gonna let you sprinkle in a few seconds. Hold on. January 16th to this guy. February 13th. So now we're going to Valentine's Day, and they say February 14th is the championship game. We actually made it. We're actually loving, but then we're coming into March where, what is that? That's the time off, right?
Okay, so put it like this.
Training season.
You know what I'm saying? That's you off. You just chilling right now for March. You know what I mean? For just March. You just like, you giving yourself a breather because you need to recharge and get your mind right. But then you already, by April, you back on it. You know what I'm saying? So it is what it is. But what I'm telling you is with that February 14th, nobody's ever made that with me since my freshman year of high school. so serious.
So no one's made it to the championship game. So they made it to scouting, drafting, tryouts, preseason, cuffing season, playoff. So they made it to Thanksgiving, Christmas. They even possibly got the New Year's Eve kiss, but they didn't make it to.
They never made it to Valentine's Day, and then they still gave me a birthday gift because my birthday 3 days later. Because they missing
on
February. So my shit is February 17th. They never got a Valentine's. They never made it to Valentine's Day.
Yo, y'all cold-blooded.
Oh, just
hold on.
Because once you kiss me, I'm gonna make you miss me. You understand what I'm saying? I'm true to this. I'm not new to this. I guarantee. My whole thing is, I was young and dumb during this. Like this, I thought this is how it was supposed to be. I thought this is how you had relationships, and nothing was supposed to last longer than a couple months.
Honesty. Before he realized he used my cup, I didn't want to say nothing.
We don't care. Communicable disease. Corona. Let's go.
Final thoughts in terms of on anything we discussed or this particular whatever.
So now,
you got.
What happens is how the schedule changes, right? Well, first my bro, but because in his schedule nobody made it till the championship.
Mm-hmm.
You got guys who have now opened up an opportunity to scout because they're guys like him who have not given the opportunity for females to make it to the championship. So now they're back as free agents. So now
but they still love me though.
Right. So then you got
he lost me.
So one more time.
Give it one more time. Go ahead.
So because he don't lock nobody down till Valentine's Day.
Okay.
Now you got females looking for I don't have a Valentine's. I'm single. I'm looking for and now you have.
So they're going into training like early because this guy just, you're supposed to. You're supposed to get there to March.
But you want to know what's even
you only make it to March 1st.
But you want to know what's even
Give her the flowers on Valentine's Day.
None of this apply to me no more, especially as far as holidays go. Maybe the seasons might make sense, but the holidays don't make sense because I don't celebrate none of them.
Okay, I thought he was going to say some real like.
I don't celebrate. Let me finish. You know what I'm saying? So.
Yeah, talk to me.
So, due to the fact that none of these holidays make no sense to me because I don't celebrate them, I have to make my own. So everything that I do with you is meaningful because I care to make that special day for you.
Yeah, right.
So if I met you on the 3rd, every month on the 3rd, that's your holiday. That's something we do together. That's our shit. You know what I'm saying?
Sprinkle. Finish your final thoughts real quick. Yeah.
So, at the end of the day, comfort season is just one of those things where it has no longevity. If you're a person who's actually wholeheartedly, what do you say? Do unto others as others should do unto you. So comfort season should not resonate for anybody who's looking for a long-term relationship or somebody to say, I want you to be yours. Not temporary. I want you to claim that. I want you to have that not even a label. I want you to say it where it doesn't have to be questioned or nobody has to then say, you sure you satisfied? Or what's that line that T.I. said? Are you happy? You don't want nobody questioning your female. You want somebody else to question your female, and she interrupts him right before you get
or her. It's new time.
Right.
I think that's very dope. I think that requires skill. I think that is a conversation we need to go into, like the cuffing season conversation. It's very real, can be comical, but it has some real life implications. But going into how do you now keep it going? What are the small little holidays that you can create, not based off of Thanksgiving, Christmas, or New Year's, but how do you make it through the other side?
It's labels. Holidays, technically speaking, if you just
it's our holy day. It's our holy day. So it's what we hold meaning.
You make holidays. There's no such thing called something that's been scheduled. No, there's no such thing called schedule in your heart.
Ooh. See that? Yo, what I gather from this and where I'm at personally, like I said, making the transition from the cuffing season, because a lot of these things I did that were unconscious. Some probably were conscious if I be real about it, but a lot of things that I was a part of. As you mature, you kind of learn how to kind of go into like you said, organic holidays, creating your own holidays, and understanding it's more than just a 6-7 month schedule. It's more of a 12-month thing. I would say my tip for me that I'm going to take out of this, if you are on that cuffing season schedule in March, you have something that you actually have to plan for. You have to understand, how am I going to make that transition? Am I going to now try to enjoy my best life? Am I now going to shed the old skin of the winter? Am I going to try and find something that's going to keep the longevity? Am I going to find the little things that are going to keep the juice going so we can make it through that 12-month? But I think this has been a vulnerable, honest discussion from both sides. And yo, my brother Seven to God.
Yes, sir.
Devon Anthony, class act. Yo, we appreciate y'all. This is where we give the good, the bad, and the ugly, the truth, the whole truth, nothing but the truth, the beautiful, ugly, both sides.
Yes, sir.
Yo, yes, sir.